I really wanted this to be like a great, like happy, like yay, I'm like going to Sydney, this is me house hunting video, but like I'm pretty flustered. Thanks for watching my video. If you have not been here before, my name is Tess and I am a physiotherapist who has quit my job to start my whole new next life adventure to go and become a medical student. So I am moving from Melbourne to Sydney in a couple of weeks so that I can start my career or start my med school career, I guess, and going back to university. So in this video today, we're going to be going through a couple of days in Sydney where I went to try and find a house and go house hunting. So did I find a house? Did I not? Keep watching to find out what happens. And next week I am flying to Sydney, which is where I'm going to school, and I have to go and search through some real estate listings and find myself a home to live in. So that's going to be quite a daunting process. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go through the real estate listings online, and I'm going to try and pick out a few places that I think look great. I'm going to organize hopefully some viewings for next week with the real estate, and I'm also going to maybe look at some house shares as well through like some Facebook groups and some online kind of things. And then I'm gonna like hopefully have like a few different options on Monday when I go up to Sydney to see what there is and find somewhere to live so that I have like a roof over my head. So these are some of our options. There's actually like quite a few and they're like available now. So that's pretty good. I don't even know if you can see me right now, but so basically my whole morning to get here to Sydney has been like just so not what I expected. So I'm like driving, I'm late, I'm multitasking, doing a million different things, but I'm going to check in with you after my first house inspection to keep you up to date on how everything in this morning has just gone like completely not to plan. I actually can't even believe like how every single thing has just like been right off the rails. But anyway, I am doing my makeup as I drive. I'm going to the first house inspection. Hopefully I'll have some time after that one. I've got 3 in a row, so hopefully I'm gonna have some time in the middle to do some vlogging, because I really wanted this to be like a great, like happy, like yay, I'm like going to Sydney, this is me house hunting video, but like I'm pretty flustered. So yeah, I'm gonna check in with you after then. Okay, so I just quickly finished the first inspection and it was okay. It wasn't amazing, to be honest with you. I was a little bit disappointed. I feel like it's one of those things where the houses actually look so much better online than they do in real life. But we'll get into the car and I'll give you a bit of a rundown of my morning. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a big breath and calm down. I cannot even believe how my luck has been this morning. It can only go up from here. Like, I'm obviously gonna find the best house and the best housemates ever, because like the way things have been going, it's just got to flip right around. So basically I had a 6:45 a.m. flight this morning, and like I catch flights quite regularly from Melbourne airport, and I'm pretty good at like, I've got it down pat in terms of like my routine in the morning when I go. I kind of know how long it takes me to get to the airport from my house, and I know how to park really easily and all those sorts of things. So like I don't even stress about flying at all, and if anything I do usually cut it like a little bit fine, but it's never a problem. So last night I received an email being like, you know, do your web check-in, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that in the morning before I go. I should have, in retrospect, just web checked in, but I didn't. And so then this morning I've gotten up, got to the airport and parked the car in the long-term parking, because I've still got my sister's car that I'm borrowing. And then I went up, basically you like park your car and then you like catch a bus to the terminal. And so I like went to wait for the bus, and after a little minute I went, oh shit, yep, I still haven't actually checked in. So I like get in to check in and it's like check-in is closed. And so I was a little bit like, I just was a bit shocked, but I also thought that I would still be able to go and check in person, that it was just the web check-in that had closed. So you can imagine how stressed I was. I like cannot change what I'm doing. Like, I have to gum today. So I had a moment of like sheer panic, you know, like you get like tingles all in your body, and I just like didn't know what to do. I was like shaking. I was so nervous. So then I had to change airlines, which meant getting a bus from that terminal to another terminal, going to the flight desk, and I got the last available seat with Virgin. But the flight attendants were just beautiful. They were so lovely and just helped me out heaps. And then I like got out of the airport at the other end, went to get my car, and then they said, oh, you haven't paid insurance for the car. And I was like, yes, I did. I paid online. Turns out I've been scammed by some other company online and have paid already, like they'd taken my money for the insurance, and I had to pay double the insurance. Having said all of that, it's all worked out beautifully because I managed to get to my first house inspection with literally minutes to spare. So that's pretty amazing. So I feel like, you know, that's faring well for the rest of the day. I'm in my motel room. Hang on, that's not right, is it? Here we go. Oh my God. I am fluffy. I am red-eyed. I am sweaty AF, and I don't even know if I have a house yet. This day has been one of the most challenging days I have had. I wish I could have actually whipped the camera out and documented more of it, but I'm just a bit awkward still about these things, and also I think when you're inside houses it's probably not that kosher. But I went and looked at 5 houses today and had brunch with an old friend as well for quite a few hours, and I am absolutely stuffed. I think it's just the getting up super early this morning and then messing around with my flights, and just the stress of it all at the start of the day has just really taken it out of me. And then, I'm not gonna lie, I saw some pretty ordinary houses today. You know, I have a reasonable budget for getting a house, and let me tell you, you do not get a lot for the money here in Sydney. And I kind of knew that because if I haven't said before, I actually have lived in Sydney once before when I was a new grad. I lived here for a year and worked as a physio. And I think I was pretty lucky, like, then on reflection. I lived with 2 other girlfriends from uni, and we had this beautiful terrace house in the inner west, and we were kind of not paying, you know, a huge amount each, although having said that, it felt like a lot at the time because we were on like hashtag new grad wage, but it was pretty reasonably priced. And today I just saw a lot of shite. Even the places that like were newly renovated were in these kind of buildings that just were super shabby. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure that there was like any good security in them. Not that I need security, but they kind of looked rickety. It like made you question why there wasn't security. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I had just like such a nice catch up with my old friend. So when one of my good friends and I, we went to uni together, and we lived together for the first year when we moved to Sydney, the first time. So she's a really good friend of mine, and you know, we've kind of been in contact for the last kind of 6 years since I haven't been in Sydney, but it's always so nice to catch up with her. You know how there's just some people that like know you really well, like know the essence of who you are. I feel like for me, those people are the people that I went to uni with, because it's such an integral and like developmental stage in your life, and I feel like people see you at like your highest highs and your lowest lows, and like really getting to know yourself in that period. So her and I know each other very well, so it was so nice to catch up with her, and just made me feel so relaxed. Well, not relaxed, I'm not relaxed, clearly I'm not relaxed, but like a lot more at ease with moving back to Sydney, because I know that she's always going to be there. Okay, day 2, let's do this. Okay, so I'm just about to go into the first house for the day. This house is in a completely different neighborhood to the ones I was in yesterday. Yesterday I was in the inner west, and today I'm actually out in the east a little bit, which is kind of closer to the coast, and the big park in Sydney called Centennial Park. So a bit further from uni, but a bit closer to more kind of lifestyle-y things. And already like the place, like the actual neighborhood is beautiful. It also helps that today is like a lovely sunny day, and yesterday was really rainy and murky. But anyway, this one's a house share, so I'm gonna go meet some potential housemates, and yeah, wish me luck. Righto, so it is now about 2 p.m. On Tuesday, and I have had such a nice morning. I kind of left my motel early-ish and went to a coffee shop and kind of filled out some application forms for some of the properties I saw yesterday, although they definitely weren't the best houses, but I kind of feel like I need to apply for some things because I don't want to leave here and not have any houses. So I did that, and then I went to my first viewing, the house share, and the people that I went and met were absolutely delightful, just so lovely, and I got really nice vibes from them, and we had really nice chats. I actually ended up staying there for ages. I'm kind of hopeful that they liked me too and that they offer me the room, and then after that I just went to a cafe and had a coffee, and I had to do a few other admin-y things. So I had to do my working with children's check. I've got another inspection at 4 p.m. and then another one at 4:45. So cutting it fine for the end of the day. But anyway, I'm like staying positive. I'm hopeful that something's going to work out for me and I'm going to get a house by the end of the day. So it is 11:15 at night, and I have finally parked my car at the front of my house, and I am gonna go inside. This has been one of the most epic 2 days away I have had in terms of just having no friggin' clue what I'm doing, or just stress levels. So I'm going to go to bed when I get inside. I'm going to be quiet because my housemate is asleep, and in the morning I'm going to finish this video and give you a quick rundown of today's activities. But in short, yeah, this was full on. I really hope that I get a house out of this because yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do if I don't. I guess I'm just going to have to get like an Airbnb or something. Hello! So it is a couple of days after I got home from my trip to Sydney. I'm not gonna lie to you, those few days were super intense, and I actually have been waiting a couple of days to hopefully have a good outcome that I could share with you, because I really had this expectation that I was going to go to Sydney, I was going to find this amazing house or some amazing housemates or both, and that it was all going to just kind of flow together really beautifully, and I was going to come back and be able to film this vlog and say, amazing, I've got a place. But it didn't happen. And I don't know, maybe my expectations were way too high. Maybe I was ridiculous to think that I could go to Sydney for a couple of days only and kind of achieve this mammoth task on my own. But yeah, basically I, at this moment in time, have no place to go in Sydney. So I guess today is, I don't even know what the date is. Hang on, let me get my phone. Ugh. Okay, today is the 11th of January, and I am moving in 10 days on the 21st of January, and I currently have nowhere to live. And essentially when I came back, I was waiting on a couple of house shares to get back to me, and so far 2 of them have come back and said that they didn't think that I was a good fit for the house, and they found someone that they thought was a better fit, which is a shame because I think in at least one of their houses I really felt like we gelled super well together and we were chatting for ages. So it was a bit disappointing to find that they didn't think that we were a good fit, but you know, with these sorts of things, I know myself from finding housemates in the past that it's never personal, it's just circumstantial, and sometimes you just click better with other people. And so I guess right now I'm waiting on one more group of people to get back to me, and they said they'll be able to get back to me by tonight. So hopefully by tonight I'll have an answer from them. So I've got my fingers and toes crossed that that's going to be a goer, and if not, then, you know, if I hadn't spoken to you on the night that I got home, I probably would have cried. Like, I was just so devastated about the whole, just everything going wrong while I was there, you know, missing my flight and, you know, having to pay extra with my car hire. And then you know, every house that I went to wasn't exactly what I was expecting. But I'm feeling much more positive now. I think, you know, it's not the end of the world. If I can't find anywhere to live permanently, then I'm just going to find some temporary accommodation when I get there for the first month or so, and then I will have enough time to find somewhere that I really like. And of course, my parents are super flexible and supportive, and they are more than happy to drive my stuff up for me at a later date if I need to. So I can just kind of go up with a bag and my uni stuff and get started. So look, I hope that that's not the case, because obviously I'm starting or embarking on this massive, huge life change and this whole career change by going and starting med school. And I am not naive. I know that I haven't studied for 7 years, and so that it's likely to be a bit of a shock for me, like when I first start, and I'm pretty aware of that I might feel quite overwhelmed with going back to uni for the first time in a long time. So I guess if I have to house hunt at the same time, that's going to add a little extra layer of complexity to it. But do you know what? It is what it is. If it doesn't flow, it doesn't flow. And I just have to kind of trust in the universe that it's going to have my back and find me somewhere amazing to live. So yes. So I'm sorry this is a bit of a disappointing end to the video. I hoped it would be more cheery for you, but alas, it is not. And you know what? That's real life, hey? So thanks for sticking around for my few days in Sydney of house hunting. I'm going to keep you posted with how I go on the house hunt, and I'm also going to kind of keep filming over the next few weeks of my preparation for med school, my packing, what I'm doing to get ready. And so if you're interested, please subscribe, and also keep up with my Instagram if you want to see my day-to-day stuff of, you know, my ups and downs, and probably many more panic attacks to come, and hopefully some really positive times as well. So yes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.